Hello everybody and welcome to another Makina editorial, and this time pag-uusapan po natin yung recently concluded Boss Ironman Challenge 2026. Hindi po natin to nasubaybayan over the weekend because Makina had an event over in Eton Centris, and it is really only now that I was able to read up and catch up on what happened. And yun nga, unfortunately, meron na naman mga accidents and there was also a death involved. The BIMC is an event that started 18 years ago, organized by BOSS, aka the BMW Owner Society of Safe Riders. Meron nang na-release na statement ang BOSS about what happened over the weekend. I posted it in the Makina page. It's also found in their social media pages as well. So I won't be reading it here anymore. You can just read up on it. I reached out to the president of BOSS and I had my own questions about what happened over the weekend. And Mr. Henry Tolentino replied immediately. Question number one, what are the verified casualties? We know of one with a participant. How about those stories circulating about the death of a 7-year-old? We have recorded more or less 10 incidents or accidents that resulted to one death of a rider and body injuries, bone fracture, and bruises to some, both riders, and at least 4 to 5 cases involving spectators and bystanders. There is no truth to the death of a 7-year-old child. That was confirmed to me as well by Maris Umali of GMA7 during our phone interview. And then question number 2, how many total accidents? To answer your query, that would be 15 in total. Question number 3, what will organizers do about evidence showing riders going through red lights? Yes, there were several violators clearly shown on social media showing the use of blinkers. We do not tolerate that. However, we have no police power to apprehend nor issue citation tickets to these individuals. My question number 4, is it possible for the organizers to turn over all data of all participants to determine who was overspeeding? Yes, we will. We have the records. However, based on the initial results submitted to us, no rider has continuously sped up to 150 kph for more than 10 minutes. Question number 5, what's the verdict on the use of auxiliary lights not originally factory spec but added on? Aux lights for me are necessary for big displacement bikes for visibility and advance warning that adventure bikes are coming for fast approaching cars, I think is what he's saying. Question number 6, why were wang-wangs allowed? The use of wang-wang is not allowed in BIMC. Meron lang talaga mga feeling privileged na gumagamit ito while riding but not on the checkpoints. And my last question, matutuloy pa ba ang BIMC Cebu? We don't have any plans for BIMC Cebu, but we are seriously planning for a Luzon leg. Thanks. So thank you, Mr. Henry Tolentino, for responding to my questions. I have some suggestions on how to maybe go about this, just my 2 cents. Meron na tayong data, in other words, evidence on how a rider is behaving throughout this whole event. Why not turn over the data of all the riders so ang LTO na ang magdedetermine kung sino yung pasaway or hindi? Yes, it was already stated in the records that 150 kilometers per hour, nobody was sustaining that for over 10 minutes. So my next question is, was somebody doing it for 9 minutes? Because 9 minutes is a pretty long time. Hindi ako nagpapakapiloso, but you know what, if you think about how the other people who are not involved with this, the public who's going to respond, these are the things that are going to go through their minds. Oh, para meron nang makapag-decide niyan, maybe turn over na the data to the police. And si police na magsasabi kung sino yung pasaway doon. Makikita naman nila kung paano nag-behave yung rider. With regards to the wang-wang, I don't know how the screening was conducted, but if the wang-wang was there discovered, dapat DQ na yun or not allowed to take off. With regards to aux lights, I do understand the value and how it is helping the rider kung maliwanag ang nasa harap niya. Yes, okay si rider, nakikita niya lahat, pero paano naman yung kasalubong na kotse na walang kinalaman sa event na nabubulag? So, I think my 2 cents on that is maybe we should just follow the rules and kung ano ba yung nasa batas, bawal ba siya? Bawal ba siya? Is the law saying that you can't add any more lights than what you already have from the factory? Then maybe we should just follow that. Or if there's going to be an exception for this event, maybe there's going to be like somebody or a regulating body that can, before takeoff, ascertain kung yung ilaw ay nakakabulag o hindi. Kung magdadagdag man kayo ng ilaw for safety, sure, pero dapat naka-angulo siya in a way na hindi nakakabulag sa iba. And then that needs to be checked each checkpoint, and then pag may nag-adjust at gumalaw niyan, o de DQ na agad. Something like that, you know, maybe that can help. So those are just my 2 cents, okay? So With my last question, matutuloy ba ang BIMC sa Cebu? Their answer is no, but they are seriously considering doing a Luzon leg, meaning they want to still do this. And I know a lot of people are going to be upset. Tutuloy niyo pa ba yan? Bakit niya inaalaw? I mean, after all that's happened, all this time, all these deaths, why are you still going to do it? Now, if I may offer some alternatives, kasi I'm trying to drive and close this to its logical conclusion, right? Using metrics, numbers, and also considering the rights of riders. If you ask, bakit ang daming sumasali nito taon-taon? We're talking about thousands. Why do people? Because there are a huge chunk of riders na hindi naman kamote, hindi naman walwal. They just want to go from point A to point B, enjoy their bikes, enjoy the Philippines, go on tour, right? Ang daming maayos na nakarating sa finish line na walang problema. It's really itong mga handful na makukulit na sobra ng pagkamacho. Diba? The HPG reported from last year to 2025, from January till August, 19,950 accidents. Let that sink in. Both cars and motorcycles na to, 19,950 accidents. 212 days yon. So that's about 90 plus accidents every day. The BIMC accidents, it's just a drop in the bucket compared to 19,950 accidents, right? And I know what you're gonna say, Zach, ganyan na nga karami aksidente, dadagdagan mo pa with BIMC. Okay, I also get that reply. We're giving so much attention to this because it is on social media. A lot of vloggers are doing it. There's a lot of, it's a lot of noise. But again, 19,950 accidents from January till August. Nag-people power ba tayo? Tumigil ba ang tao sa kakaride at magsumakay sa kotse? Ganong karami aksidente versus 15 accidents at the Boss Ironman. Let's say a superbike group goes to Sagada, naghatawan sila, 2 or 3 died, bystanders died. Is it going to receive this much media attention, right? Accidents do happen, and I agree, we should not be adding on to it. Dapat babawasan pa natin yan. That's why I want to offer maybe some alternatives if BIMC pursues this. One is, we should take out from the equation the public, right? Parang we have 7,000 plus islands, right? Is there a place out there that we can do this now? We can safely just shut down muna traffic for a second here so that this event can happen. Maybe that's a solution. I would point out Isle of Man TT. I covered that event twice, one pre-pandemic and one last year. Nung pre-pandemic, kalalapag pa lang eroplano, dumating na yung balita na 4 na yung namatay. Taon-taon may namamatay since the early 1900s. I actually went around, I asked the locals na, shouldn't this be banned? There's some people are dying. And they said, buhay nila yan eh. They're adults and they want to do it. Sure, fine. It's their life. Wag lang nila idamay kami. And that thing attracts, tourists from all around the world, right? People just go there to watch. Same. I guess I can compare this to that guy who's recently scaled the tower in Taipei. Delikado yun eh. Why are we allowing him to do it? Gusto niyang gawin, hindi naman niya nadadamay ibang tao. Di hayaan mo siyang umakyat ng building, bahala siya sa buhay niya. Parang ganun yun. So that's my suggestion. If you're gonna pursue an Ironman challenge yet again, maybe we take out the public from the equation. Let me know what you think as well. This is Zach for another Makan editorial. Ciao.